a lot of the people in my field also, like, they're just desperate to know if I want to be in a healthy relationship. Like, I'm so tired of repeating this pattern and repeating this loop. Like, how can I start attracting healthy, emotionally available people? Like, what truly is the first step now that I have awareness? Like, what next?
Well, define awareness. You mean that you already understand your boundaries? Do you mean you understand your pain? Do you mean you understand in living your truth? What does that mean? Because we have to start there, right? It always goes back to the splits. So if you already have boundaries, then reinforce them, right? And by the way, a lot of people talk oh my God, it's like a whole different topic.
I know, because it's all connected.
It's all connected. With me, I can go on and on.
I know, both of us.
But boundaries is just a definition of who you are. You just have to see it like that. I am a square. I am a rectangle. I am a circle. I am a star. It's a definition. And we engage different with each shape, right? We engage different with a rectangle than we engage with a star. Yeah. Right? And the person who wants to engage with a star has to like stars. Yeah. Right? And likes to like the pointies and the number of points and all that. Yeah. So, but if you don't have a form or a shape, why would someone respect that if you have no form, right? They wouldn't even know what to respect. So it's so important that you understand who you are, or what are your boundaries, what defines you, right?
Correct.
So to have healthy relationships, that's one of the first elements I would say you have to have. You have to have an awareness, who am I and what do I like, what I don't like, what can I tolerate, what can I not tolerate, and even that awareness, and then obviously communicate, and not necessarily like, here are my boundaries. No, it's like, hey, I like flowers. How do you feel about flowers? Yeah. Right? Yeah. And then you tell me, well, I don't like flowers. Or you know what, Norma? I like red flowers. Yeah. And now I get to choose, like, well, do I want to engage with red flowers? Or does it have to be white flowers? Yeah. Right? And it's a constant back and forth of, like, how do we connect in a way that it serves both of us? Yeah. And we may find out that what really connects us is this flower. Neither the red one or that one. Are you wrong for liking red flowers? No. Am I wrong for liking this flower? No. Yeah. But can we connect through this one? Yes. And so we don't make you wrong. Yeah. We help, and this is the beginning of having a healthy relationship. But it starts with knowing who you are.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I think what's important too to note is that if you have been dysregulated for a long time, you could mistake your dysregulation for truth.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think that happens a lot to people where they're like, but my body is telling me this, but it's almost like, yes, but your body, correct, your body is just in a familiar pattern and loop. So unless you are aware of where that dysregulation is, I guess it goes back to what Carl Jung says, you're just going to call it fate, you're going to call it destiny.
Exactly. And that's why you had to go into the patterns. You had to question the patterns. You had to literally go back to inner child healing. Yeah. And if you haven't done inner child healing, you're just repeating your parents' relationship with you over and over and over, or the lack of relationship, right? The lack of nurturing, or the abuse, the lack of discipline, the lack of whatever it is that it was there or not there. You're just repeating that until you question, what do I want or what? Yeah. And until then, you define yourself, then you really can have a healthy relationship.
And that's where that mental work comes in, right? So it's like, we're not saying that don't use your brain.
No, absolutely. You want to.
Yeah, so it is an alignment of, like you said, mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah, you have to address all.
Again, it's that holy
Trinity. It's very special.
Mind, body, spirit.
Spiritual work. Yeah. So for the spiritual community, this is actually one of the highest forms of light work is shadow work.
I love that you said that.
It is. It literally is.
I just loved it when I first heard that. Yeah. The highest form of light work is shadow work. Yeah. It is. Thank you so much, Norma. Is there anything that I haven't asked you that you want to share?
Oh,
you want to talk about the retreat? Anything else? The floor is yours.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
You can always talk about any topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, definitely, if you already try so many ways and you're still suffering, contact us because we have the answer. I think we have one of the best answers, a powerful experience in a very gentle, caring, loving way, which we use a lot of curiosity, non-judgment. And I think that, we can support you. I mean, we have a whole team full of this beautiful center.
Yes, Samyama.
Samyama. And yeah, just come and be vulnerable, be brave, and we'll hold you and we'll go from there.
It's so worth it.
Right?
Yeah.
Because most people will say, but I'm afraid that I'm going to get hurt. The thing I would say, you are already there. You are already hurting, right?
Oh, yes.
You are already hurting. So what else can you lose?
And you know what? A powerful thing that my facilitator reflected back to me was my protector kept on saying, like, yeah, but there was no physical abuse. Like,
they justify it.
Yeah, exactly. And then my facilitator was like, really? There's no physical abuse? Because you're right now, the discomfort you're feeling is physical. And I was like, wait, yeah. So it's like, I was just making excuses for the pain, right? But I'm like, but it wasn't physical pain. Yeah. Like they didn't hit me.
Yeah, but it's your
But she's like,
body.
but you're hurting in the body. Yeah. So that is physical pain. And I'm like my mind was blown. I was like, oh my God, yes, the pain is felt in the body. So it is that physical pain, you know? And yeah, exactly. I mean, you guys just have to experience this for yourself.
Yeah, if you're ready to go there, if you want really answers, then this is the place. We're obviously not going to promise you the world. I can, but it takes the world time to do that.
Yeah.
You have options. You have the 4 days, the 7 days. You could even have a private, by the way.
Yeah.
They can have a private retreat for 1 day, 3 days, 4 days. Even for couples, we have that.
There's so many options at Samyama.
There's so many options, right? We also offer the workshops, the 6 hours workshops on Sundays in person. Mm-hmm. I mean, so it's almost like, which level do you want?
Yes.
Kindergarten, preschool, high
which
school,
are you
university?
Ready for? Yeah.
Right? So which level are you in?
Yeah.
You want a PhD level? We have that.
Ooh, get ready for that one.
Right? Obviously, the healing is a little bit different for each different, right? The 6 hours, obviously we don't go as intense as in the 4 days.
Yes.
The 4 days doesn't go as intense as the 7 days.
It's already so intense.
Yes. But it's still, I can go deeper.
Yes.
And obviously, the private retreats, you got me to yourself, which is like really cool. I mean, sorry about that.
No. Celebrate yourself.
Of course, I'm just being silly. No, but what I really mean is that you get me to yourself with a group of a team, actually, not the full team, but at least 2 people to help you really. We just go deep into your patterns, into your pain, and help you. And I mean, what else is there to lose?
Literally, if you're ready to, see your patterns and your woundings being reflected externally, and you're ready to kind of move through that and release that, I just cannot recommend this enough. This is the work. Yeah. This is the work. This weekend has just confirmed that you simply cannot bypass the body, the subconscious mind. And so that's it. That's my truth now. It's like, if anybody says anything and they don't believe in this work, I'm going to be like, experience it.
Well,
I've experienced it.
Yes.
And so many people too.
Yes.
And what's powerful too is that we saw the transformation in real time.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally,
faces,
people,
the physical body changing.
People change. You made us take a selfie on the first day, and then we took a selfie on the last day, and you were like, look at the difference, and we're like, whoa, our facial expressions softened. Our eyes look different. There's color in our face. That's the main thing. It's like, in the first selfie, I still looked good, but it's like, just a lack of color. And then in the last day, it's like, I look naturally vibrant. Exactly. So thank you so much, Norma, for doing this work, and 2 journalists having conversations.
Yes, that's right. I'm one in the back.
Thank you so much. And I look forward to doing this work with you for lifetimes. And I'm sure we have.
I'm sure.
And we have come back to this life, and we're
absolutely. We always joke about that life. We're coming back together.
I've seen you before.
Mama Bali. It's not the first time.
Exactly. And I call her Mama Norma. Because you are. You're like our mom. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for listening to this. If you think that somebody could benefit from this conversation, please share.
Go to our website.
Yes. What's the There you go. Share this work with as many people.
Shadow work in Ubud, Bali, and
there you go. Yes. And so many people need this work right now. So don't be afraid to like, to subscribe, to share, and let's spread this work to as many people as we can, so we can really collectively ascend and heal our consciousness.
Absolutely. And actually, can I share something?
Of course.
You asked me if there was a question you haven't asked, right? And it's not necessarily a question, but it's an awareness that it just came to me. It's like, when we do this and we integrate, we're actually, it's almost like, because you're integrating, you're closing that karma cycle that you needed to come back again to finish. So you think of it like that. You're saving lifetimes and really creating more of that integration, because every incomplete experience has to come back to fulfill that experience.
Yes. And again, it's quantum leaping. This is real quantum leaping. Shadow work is quantum leaping. It's actually interesting, huh? Like, because I always thought that quantum leaping, I have to go to the future and I have to think about what my future self is saying. But it's like, oh, but actually go back, because the past, like when you work on the past, it just shifts everything.
Like the movie, Back to the Future, right?
Yeah. There you go.
Back to the future. So
but also I've heard this theory that actually your future self, that's actually what I mean by retro causality, is that your future self is sending you messages to shift your past.
Yes.
So you think that, oh, it's me and the present self doing this work, but it's like, no, actually, there's another you in a timeline. So it's like changing your present changes your past. And again, everything like happens in the present moment.
Right? Yes, absolutely.
Everything can only happen right now. Yeah. I hope this is not confusing, but like this is like, oh my God.
Go watch movies like Interstellar.
Yeah.
You know,
there you go. My favorite movie, by the way. And he finds out the message came from him.
Exactly.
So actually,
the spirit guides are always us. Or like the movie Inception, that you go down, 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 deeper and deeper and deeper to go change something that you can see how many levels you go down. It's no different than us going down into our emotions. The message is out there. It's just in the different ways, but it's always, I'm telling you, there are clues everywhere of how and what we're supposed to do to integrate ourselves. So I love watching movies.
Yeah, we
Demon Hunt. What's a movie?
K-pop Demon Hunter. We're having like a deep spiritual conversation about that. We're like, wait, but this means this pattern, and this is her shadow. And I'm like, I love being like in a circle with spiritual people, because literally that's what we do. And also something that you said that made my day during the gratitude circle was, you're like, the most fun that I've had with you was when we were jamming to Taylor Swift.
Oh my God. I never knew
I'll insert a little clip
inside of me.
Because I always told Norma that Taylor Swift's song is literally her shadow work, especially her previous album. Yes. And so listening to her sharing her pain helps me access my pain faster, right? And so I know a lot of people have opinions about her, but it's like, you know, I think that she was the reason why she found her true match here is because her last album was so, like, it was literally called Tortured Poets Department. Such sad songs, like depressing. But only after that, she's like, whoop, quantum leap, life of a showgirl. That's why everyone always asked, like, how did you go from there to there? And now I'm making the connection. I'm like, wait, she did shadow work there. And she shared it with us.
Yeah, she had to.
Yeah.
And that's another thing you can do. Like, you can process emotions with the help of music. You are not alone. Like, literally,
never. And you cannot do this work alone, is what I've learned.
Well, yes, you can. Yeah. If you're skilled for it.
Yeah.
But if you're not skilled for it, it's better to
helps to see it outside.
Yeah. Absolutely. Because what was the missing experience? No one was there for you, right?
Yeah.
So the most impact is going to be someone being there for you. Yeah. But can you do it by yourself? Absolutely. If you have the capacity to maintain all those perspectives, right? And that usually takes a very skilled person.
Yeah. So, but I also feel like if you want to work on it yourself, you have to be so honest with yourself. Yes. You cannot lie.
And that's where it helps someone to help you accountable to that, to like help you to confront those truths. Yes. Like, how are you benefit from holding on to that?
Yeah, because actually the more triggered you are, the easier it is to
default to the program, like or no wanting to release the pattern or So yes, it is better to have someone, because they hold you accountable. At the same time, they use compassion to guide you to the process.
Yeah.
And so but it's possible if you are highly skilled. Clearly, if you're highly skilled, you wouldn't have that much pain.
Yes. Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we all have triggers, but we
You're
will
more
be less
centered.
in that reaction.
Yes.
That's how I find me now. It's
Yeah.
like, of course I get triggered. Like, what do
Me
you
too.
mean? I
Me
get
too.
triggered all the time. I got triggered during this retreat. But it's
Yes.
like, I'm able to understand, like, oh, this is being activated within me.
Yeah.
And thank you, because I get to work on this now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So-
I mean, I get triggered every day.
There you go, me
Every
too.
day.
Yeah.
Every day.
But I don't
And-
stay in that suffering
Right.
spiral.
Well,
Yeah.
What I do is I go into it and I
Yeah.
find out what is this trying to make me aware of.
You
because
have the
it's all
tools.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
about awareness, right? And so
Yeah.
yes, I go into the trigger, I do my process, and then I come out more integrated. And in some cases it just needs more calm, in some cases it needs rest, in some cases it needs to go do something.
Yeah.
It depends on the trigger. So yeah, I mean,
yeah. This is the longest goodbye ever. But another
know.
thing that I wanted to say is also on journaling, like not journaling from the mind, from the analytical
Yeah.
mind, but actually connecting with the energy
The
and
truth.
then free flow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's just the last thing.
Absolutely, you gotta stop there.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. See you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye bye.